wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of your Average Day Joes. I'm your host, C.
And Jay, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy midweek day. What else is there? Happy what day? Happy being here and being alive day, I guess you could say.
Of
How's
course.
your day going, Jay?
Excellent. Excellent. Checked in guests, got stuff done, had to wake up a little early to clean. Just getting stuff done. You know how it is.
Right.
I'm always getting stuff done, so it's good.
So I got a little question for you. At my work, most of our clientele where we make like money and we have people coming in for the car dealership, it's people that call in like right beforehand and they'll be like, hey, I want to check out this car. Do you have it? And then we'll be like, yeah, we have it. You know, we do research. But bro, literally there's 8 of us or like seven, I think like 7 of us. And all of us are going for that same phone call. And literally before that first ring can even finish, somebody got it. And it usually ain't me. So what can you suggest for me that I could do to be able to get that call almost every time?
Before I answer this, did you is the thing streaming right? Just before I answer this.
Yeah, for me it is. We got 12 people watching. Shout out to you guys for being here.
Are you sure?
Yeah. On our part it is.
Yeah, it's in mobile?
Yeah, we're yes, we are in mobile. Yes.
Yeah? Okay. I'm just making sure. And what exactly is the actual question you are asking me?
So literally when I'm working,
Yes.
we got people calling, right? With sales calls.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I can't pick up the phone call because somebody else gets it before me every time.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. What do you suggest I can do?
Are you supposed to get it first or no?
Whoever gets it first pretty much is going to.
Oh, so it's first come, first serve.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Because I don't know how your phone system works.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's all on your phone system.
Let me ask you, because you are using your Bluetooth headset right now. That Bluetooth headset that you're using, how does that work? Like, how do you answer calls on it?
I press the button.
So it's just like a little button you press?
Yeah, you just go like that.
Do you think that would be faster than trying to press like answer on my phone?
Of course it is, because you hear it here and then you just go.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's what I should probably invest in one of those. Do you have any opinions? Like, have you? Yeah, I know you're like more of a Beats guy. Have you tried other ones, or was that?
These are Beats.
That's what I'm saying. I know you're a Beats guy. Have you used other ones, or is Beats kind of your always go to? Like, do you have any opinion of other ones at all, or no?
Well, I have the Beats, the big headphones too.
Yeah.
I love my Beats little ones, the big headphones. My AirPods, they were cool. I just I don't know. I've always liked all my Beats products. I don't know.
Okay.
They work very well with iPhone, hence why Apple bought them for a few $1 billion, remember the other year?
Yeah.
But so all my Beats stuff has always worked excellent.
And that's what I heard, because I was trying to get Beats, but then when I was reading about it, they say that the Beats actually works best with iPhones.
Well, it's because they bought them for like
exactly
a few billion.
And because I don't have an iPhone, I was like, that might not be like the best solution for me, because I want to also have, noise canceling, and I also want to be able to have super clarity. So
it has all that. It has all that.
It does, right? But I'm saying it would work much better if I had an iPhone, right?
I think so. I don't know. I've never had an Android phone, so I don't know. But ever since I've had Beats for a long time now, and they've always worked excellent. They worked excellent with iPhone before they bought them. But ever since Apple bought them, it's just that much more easier to use.
Right.
But I mean, I've also used the AirPods before. I have some AirPods here. I just they're not really my thing. Not really my thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to get something. I'm looking either like right now. I got JBLs on my mind. I got some like really nice JBLs I can get.
Yeah.
Or the JBLs, they're kind of cool. I never seen that before. But the case that they come in, there's like a screen on the case, and then you could do things from the screen.
I've seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I never even knew that something like that existed.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that have you had any experience with that? Like, what can you exactly do with stuff like that? Like,
It'll probably no. I don't know. None of my Beats have that, so I don't know.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I think you can even answer the call from that case. From what I can see, it kind of look like, you know.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'll be
I
kind of
wouldn't
cool.
doubt it.
That'll be kind of cool.
I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah. Yeah, that's you definitely should have something in your ear though.
Yeah. We got a message from Jedediah. He says, "These are the guys your uncle told you ran the mob when you were a kid."
That's kind of funny.
Oh man, what's up, Jedediah? What's going on, brother? Nice to meet you, man. Thank you for being here. Shout out to the 32 people watching. Let's get into our Jay, did you know segment. Jay, did you know that while everyone else is running away, Kia just announced a new, more powerful turbo engine?
I did not. What size?
Everybody's going into like the EV sector or trying to
Oh,
get
so
into
it's EV.
yeah.
Okay.
And Kia over here ain't playing games, man. They coming out with a new turbo engine and stuff. They doing big things, man.
They got to represent for US. So,
Yeah, definitely.
I know they do. I know they do all their stuff in the US.
Yeah. Do before my next one? Do you have any NFL trending news at all or no?
The only NFL trending news is not. It's not a good one.
Okay, so hopefully this one that I'm about to say is not the same thing. But did you know that Geno Smith just signed a contract extension worth pretty good money?
I did not.
Yep. So I think he's signed an extension. I think it's like another 2 years or something now.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
Yep, that's kind of crazy, man. They haven't even seen him play yet. Like that's what kind of trips me out.
That's my whole point there. That he's signing that because he knows. Oh, cool. I'm locked in.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that, like, to me personally, if you're Geno Smith, or like, let's say you're the people making the decisions, right? Like Pete Carroll or Tom Brady or whoever's there, Mark Davis, wouldn't it be more wise to have him on the edge for like a year to like prove himself, not be comfortable right away like that?
That's exactly why I said Geno Smith is smart for doing that.
That's crazy.
They're not the smart ones for doing that. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So it looks weird on them. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I think they just don't want to have to go through that again, where they need like they're going to be like scrambling for a last minute quarterback. So they're like, screw it, let's just sign him.
Yeah, well, that's clearly what they did because he hasn't proven nothing yet.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know how smart that is, but I wouldn't have done that. But
Yeah, exactly.
It's all good.
Jay, did you know that Kia, another Kia segment, is that they don't have an EV car yet, but they're about to come out with one now? They finally have one that they're about to release.
I did not know.
That's going to be kind of cool because all these new cars, like you said, they're all like having that self-driving technology. So it's going to be kind of like competition for everybody. I mean, we already know that Tesla's way ahead of the game, but it's going to be kind of cool to see the development of it even more and more.
You got to compete, man.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Jay, did you know that Dwight Howard is coming back to play for LA, but not for the Lakers?
No. Who?
He's playing for the Ice Cube's team, the Big Three's Riot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see
like,
that.
Wait, what? And then I told you not the Lakers though.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect the Lakers. I was thinking maybe the Clips, but that makes sense.
That'd be kind of cool to see. I might have to watch that if he's playing, dude, because I think even up till now, like he might not have the stamina, but he's still probably a force, bro, to be reckoned with.
He's kind of. I mean, Big Three will work good for him. It's half court.
Yeah.
All the OGs go to Big Three.
Right.
That's just because they still want to play, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
They're not going full court; they're going half. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
It's not a bad thing at all.
That's crazy.
I did not know that though.
Yeah, definitely. And let me ask you, did you know that LeBron James becomes first professional male athlete to be depicted as a Ken doll?
No, I did not know that. I had no idea about that one.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. So he's going to be, I wonder if they're going to make like actual, like, because we're making a movie, bro. We're making, for all of you guys that don't know, me and Jay in the future, we're planning to make a movie all about Barbie. So now we might have to actually hire LeBron to be the Ken.
I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. Kind of
Uh,
weird. Very, very weird to think about. So,
definitely, definitely.
some very weird stuff, man.
That's crazy though too. Like, I mean, it says it's for his likeliness. I guess he's a likable guy now. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Most people that I hear, they're always like clowning him, but I don't know.
That's what I mean. I think I don't know. It just depends on who you're talking about. When you talk about LeBron, like
Right.
a lot of people have different opinions of LeBron.
Exactly.
So, a lot of people.
Let me ask you. Did you know that cigarettes could be banned for Gen Z under new proposal?
Yeah, they've already been trying to ban cigarettes for how long now, and they have.
But it
There's
looks
been a
like it's
lot of
going to be.
cities.
It
Yeah,
looks
you're
like it's,
talking about federal, right?
yeah, because it looks like it's going to be just for the Gen Z. So it's like the newest
Oh,
people.
actually, that's it,
Yeah,
just for them. Oh,
just for
wow, that's kind of funny. No, but I know they've been trying to do it. They've accomplished it around these areas.
right.
I remember where because like I always have guests that smoke across, especially when they come across the world,
Uh-huh.
and I always tell them, yeah, it's very frowned upon out here. Like they've gotten rid of cigarettes for the most part as much as they can out here. Out
Yeah,
here is all about vaping. They've
exactly.
been about vaping for like the past 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
But cigarettes have been always frowned upon the past, like I'd say 8 years. They used to give tickets in certain cities if you had cigarettes.
Oh, I know. I know.
I remember, and that's what I mean. They've been phasing that out for a while now.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? Kind of
Uh,
crazy when you think about that.
no, definitely, definitely. Let me ask you: did you know that you know the car maker Hyundai, who makes also Genesis?
Okay.
They just unveiled a new coupe. It's called the X Grand Coupe, and it's supposed to be the contender for Bentley.
What do you mean contender?
That means that they're going. The only reason they made this for the sole purpose is to get into the market shares of Bentley. So they're basically competing with Bentley on this one. Like they're trying to make it look like a Bentley type thing. Like
Oh, they're trying to make it look like it.
yeah, like a
Yeah,
Bentley. It's going to be kind of like the new Bentley of for Genesis.
I don't know. I have no idea. That's kind of weird. I can't imagine. It's not even in the same league. It's weird.
That's. I mean,
Weird.
let me ask you this then: if Genesis did exactly the same thing that Bentley does, where they make their cars handmade, they did all the same kind of things. Would you put it in their league or not? Because it's just not.
No, there's different brackets for a reason. So, if you're making a Bentley, what's Bentley going to compete with? Rolls.
Right.
Like this is just and Maybach. Like you already know what's in the same tiers here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't just make a car and be like, all right, I'm gonna stick it up in here with these big dogs. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
That's why there's certain tiers.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I mean? That's weird. Why would they even want to make a car to compete with that? I don't know. It's weird. You know who tried to do that one time?
Yeah.
Volkswagen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot the name of that car, and it was like they try to make it compete with all those bigger dogs, but it only lasted for like a year, a couple of years at most.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they charged like, oh, we're gonna charge 150K for this car. I was like, well, what the hell are you doing?
Right. Right.
And yeah, it was weird. That's what I mean. You got to know who your competitors are.
I guess Genesis is trying to compete with the big dogs.
Yeah, but that's not their. That's what I mean. They're not acknowledged. You know what I mean?
I mean, in your opinion though, like at a certain point, if they make them just as nice, don't you think that they might be acknowledged by that or no?
No, I don't.
No, they would. You don't
That's
think
what
they
I mean. You have to earn. You have to earn it, bro, to
okay,
get
so,
in there.
so
Yeah,
they
you
got
got to
to do it
earn
for
that.
a long time. You're saying, like for them to earn.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly. You got to earn it.
I got you. Well, maybe it's the start to a new beginning for them. Who knows?
Just like earning respect, man. Same
Yeah,
thing.
that's
You
right.
gotta,
That's all it is.
that's all.
And we got Sri Vishnu in the house. What's up, Sri Vishnu? He's asking you, Jay, if you can turn up the volume on your TV because he is watching it.
There's an old school one too, man.
And we got my boy DTW from New Mex in the house. He says, Trump. Yes, sir. Trump it is. So Jay, let's go back to your segment and my segment of Jay. Did you know? And I did kind of
Mhm.
mention something briefly yesterday, but I didn't get into detail. So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Jay, did you know that Ripple is about to buy Prime a brokerage called Hidden Road for $125 billion? I mean, $1.25 billion.
I did not know.
Yeah. If y'all holding on to XRP, especially after what happened today with stocks, everything kind of went up. This is a good time for you guys, man. Get that XRP while it's still below, $3 or like 250 even. Because yeah, man, I told you guys yesterday about that when it was at like a dollar something, and overnight it shot up over $2. You guys would have made some money if you listened to me yesterday. Not financial advice, just saying.
That's because XRP's been, it's been riding out for a long time, man.
Yeah, and just like you said, it earned its respect because it's been around for a minute. It went through all the legal battles. It succeeded.
Everyone sold when it went through legal battles. They were so scared. Oh my God. Oh. It went, remember, it was at 384. Then legal battles came. Then it went down to like literally 29 cents.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my God, I'm going to sell XRP. And then like everyone, at least the people I know were like, nah, bro, you be good.
Right.
I got it before that anyway, but I was like, yeah, it's cool. That's what I mean. No emotion. Oh my God, it went from here to here, like now look, right back up. It took about to get back up here, like what, about 4 years,
Right.
but that's what I mean. Am I looking at it? Was I emotional? No, you
Not at
know,
all. Not at
I
all.
never lost any money, but that's what I mean. I never lost because I got it really early, but when it went up to, real high,
Hmm.
I was like, oh yeah, and then it went down like it dipped,
I know.
to like I said, 29 cents, 38 cents,
Exactly.
you know. My boy knew people who lost literally, half a mil,
Exactly.
you know. But like they still had gained because they got it real early.
Right.
But, when you have that much invested and then it does dip like that, they're like, it's all good, man. It'll go back up. It's okay,
Definitely.
you know. And now look, way back up, beat the
Exactly.
legal battles, like you said,
Yep.
beat all the legal battles. And now look, now they're making moves to where, like I said, that thing will be up at $10 for sure.
Easily. I mean, if they're making these kind of moves where they're buying companies for billions of dollars, and these are companies
Yeah,
that are like real estate companies that I mean, basically that means they're getting into real estate somewhat. They're getting into the mortgage business now. Uh,
yeah.
that's you're basically. I mean, for the people that don't know, if you're in the mortgage business, you're basically printing money. I mean, that's what you're doing because now you're coming up with people's mortgages to pay for the houses, and that's
Well,
not. It's just
yeah,
numbers at the end of the day,
they've
bro.
been making moves all year, bro. Remember they talked
Exactly.
with Trump earlier this year. They had moves with Bank of America. Like they're setting up proper.
Exactly. So if you guys got into XRP right now, even and it goes down, you guys got nothing to worry about. XRP is the solid choice for at least Jay, in my opinion, because they're making so many moves and they already like passed all the hurdles that yeah, there's nothing to worry about. And I had this long ass talk last night with my mom, Jay, with my mom's, and bro, I got her to basically rethink everything, and now she's taken a little bit of her retirement portfolio that she has, and
Yeah.
she's taken it in like basically 10 G's worth, bro, and she's putting it all into XRP now, bro, because me and her had this long talk yesterday about it. You know?
Well, yeah, it's good. Like I said, it's not you can't lose with XRP, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It'll, like I said, it'll rise up. It's gonna take a little bit, but it'll rise up. I like I said, witnessing it throughout the years. You know what you see, but they've got excellent backing. They always have.
yeah,
Just look, their market cap, you know what they're dealing with. Like they're fine.
right,
You can't lose when it comes to XRP, man.
right.
You know.
And my last one I got is Jay. Did you know that? Remember how I reported on that whale being spotted in Emeryville yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you know that they ended up killing that whale?
Who?
It's the freaking government or whoever is in charge of like the bay.
I'd be hella mad.
Yeah, so they ended up killing it because they said that it was stranded and they couldn't get it back out into the ocean, so they just ended up killing it.
Nah, man, that's stupid. I don't even want to hear that, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I don't like hearing shit like that.
I know. That's why I'm asking if you knew about it.
Nah, I don't like to hear about bad news. To me, that's bad news.
No, I mean, it is news, regardless of if it's bad or not. We got to let the people know, especially the people watching from the Bay, because now
Oh
people could
no,
be like, the people that didn't know could be like, yo, what the fuck? Like we might have to stand up to this one.
it's annoying, man. Why would you? Why? Why? I just don't understand why murder it.
There's people are idiots, bro.
Exactly.
So it is what it is, man. But yeah, that was the last. Jay, did you know? And let's move on. Before we do though, let's what's up, Stacy Lawson on the X platform? She says, "Yay! I remember buying that when you told me to 5 years back." She's talking about XRP and about you telling her.
Oh
Jay,
yeah, that was COVID times.
yep,
I remember the COVID times.
exactly. You guys are up.
COVID times were super low too. Everything was, dude. Bitcoin was at about almost 4 grand.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about that. Bitcoin was at 4 grand. I swear, man. People, that's what I mean. People just, some people listen. Prime example. Other people don't.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Stacy Lawson, man. Shout out, bro. She didn't sell, and she wasn't emotional. She just held on to her bags, and now she's
Yeah.
got.
Well, I mean, it's not hard, you know. Like, I know you. Do you remember Kristen?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's another person I try to put on with that stuff. Way too emotional though, man.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Check that stuff every day. Oh my God. Oh God. I gotta sell. I gotta sell. Like, dude, just leave it in.
Exactly.
Oh no, no, no. Oh my God. It's gonna dip. Oh my God. Like, that's what I mean. Either you are that composed person, like, yeah, okay, just let it ride out. That money doesn't even exist. Let it sit.
Right.
Or there's that person, like she is, like, oh my God, I got to take all my money out. Oh Jesus. Oh my God, it's dipping. Oh my God, it's gonna lose even more. Oh my God, I got to put it in something like, bro, relax. Like, then seriously, there's those type of people that fucking panic,
Yeah.
and then there's those type of people that just like, like, perfect example. Put it in, it doesn't even exist no more.
Yeah.
I'll check. Yeah, I'll check it in like 6 months.
Exactly.
Whatever. Cool. I'll check it in a year.
Right.
It's like, that's what I mean, man. Like, too much emotion with some people, man.
I know. I
I
know.
remember that too vividly. Even though she gave me excellent advice on some stocks, you know what I mean? Because I gave her crypto advice, and we traded like that, and still, even with stocks, she was so emotional. Like, dude, chill.
Right.
This is like, and it was COVID time, so you know how it was. It was even like, woo, like everything was like even dipped. I was like, dude, relax.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
I know it's gonna go back up. Chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
But yeah, man, that's what I mean.
Some people they're not meant for certain things. Like
That's what I'm saying. That's why I always preach. If you an emotional ass person, like for investing, especially with this, don't do it.
right. Right.
Don't do it.
Don't do it, guys. If you're emotional, do not invest in crypto because you will
Or stocks.
end up or stocks because you will end up losing all your money, and
Exactly.
then you're gonna be like, well, the average day Joe's JNC, they told me to do it, and I'll be like, nope, we do
Now,
not.
if you just invest it, don't check it, let it sit. Check it in like 8 months. Be like, okay, and then check it in like a year and a half.
Exactly.
Be like, oh damn, hey, look, oh my God, it did go. Whoa, when did it go up?
Right.
You'll feel excellent.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's simple, man.
That's all it is, man.
That's what I believe. Yeah,
It's
man.
just a waiting game. That's all it is, man.
Yeah. It's building your own portfolio instead of feeding like Ross and everything. I have Ross and all that. So, when you feed those things, you're feeding into the markets as well. But it's just you have caps. It's not going to dip below here, and it's not going to go high above here. You're capped.
Right.
So that's why it's always safe.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Yep. And
sure.
I just want to mention a quick little story before we get into the sports, and that is that
for sure.
I told you yesterday that I had to bring my car back in because it was like doing a clicking noise when I.
Yep, you did.
So I brought it into the dealer yesterday, and this is so for you guys who don't know, I bought a Nissan Altima like a month ago. It was like 18,000 miles certified, so that means that they like supposedly checked the engine and everything is good in it. and that's why they certify them. It's really hard to find certified cars because they basically slap a warranty with the price on it. But the first 2 weeks I had the car engine light turned on. I had to replace a pretty major engine part, which didn't cost me anything, luckily, but just my time and my ego a little bit. That I bought an Altima or a Nissan because I used to love them, but it looks like they're kind of down the drain. And then the other day, I was like making a U-turn left, and I can hear like clicking noises, and I was like, "Shoot, something like a CV boot or something." So basically, I took it in yesterday, and they told me it was my bearings, and they had to grease it up, which that problem went away. But bro, tell me why I'm driving today, and my freaking check engine light turned on again.
Oh my God, Jesus! You know what, bro? I have to really I have to do your numbers and stuff, man, because I don't know. I don't know if this company like or even certain people should drive certain cars. You know how so
Right,
my enemy car in my enemy year is BMW. Me and BMW. Yeah, I told you this already, remember?
yeah.
And man, I don't know about this car for you right now, man, because man, Jesus Christ, dude, you have got the most. Have you even had the car a month?
That's what I'm saying. I just had it like a month, shy of like a month right now.
Jesus, dude, you've gone through things that I'm like, dude, each week it was something.
Something, bro.
And you didn't even have it for a week.
Exactly. I literally just got it back yesterday from the dealer. Like I just
Oh
took it
my
yesterday
God.
from the dealer, bro. I'm shocked and amazed. Like I don't even know what to do at this point. I'm just like I
Oh
don't know
my
because
God.
I checked the lemon laws if I could just return it, but it's only for new cars. It doesn't apply for used cars, so I can't even return it or nothing like that. I
Oh
can't
my
see
God.
nobody about it. But
Oh my
luckily, like
God.
I said, it's certified, so they take care of everything. You know?
Thank God. Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary, bro. Like you these are not good signs, dude. Like
No, I
you're
know.
gonna have to somehow get this thing in order, man. So do you have an OBD too, or no? You don't have a reader?
No, because I mean, as soon as I bring it to Nissan, they scan it and they tell me what the problem is right there on the spot, and then they'll be like, okay, well, we got to take it for a day or a couple days. Here's a loaner car, and we'll give it back to you.
Yeah, but you're even lucky. Like you don't think in your head that you want to know what it is.
No, because they scan it right when I get there, and they tell me what it is.
Oh man,
You know?
it's just. I mean, but you're lucky enough you could just go there, drive there, and do that. Well,
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that be like, I ain't going back over there, man.
I know.
That's
So I
just a
don't know.
big pain in the ass, bro.
It
Like,
is,
man, that's
but
you know
at
what I
this
mean.
point, I don't care.
You
They have
no,
to
you
take care of
have to.
everything.
You have to because like they need to take care of everything.
That's what I'm saying. They take care of everything, so I'm gonna let them. You know what? They try to screw me. I'm gonna basically just keep bringing it back to them and let all the money that I paid for that car is basically gonna go right back into them fixing it. So whatever.
Literally, I'm what
I'll be.
I'm shocked.
I'm gonna be driving a brand new loaner that they keep giving me while that car is in service every time.
I'm shocked. Only other person I seen had problems like this, and he got rid of it was my neighbor. You know, the one with the Tesla across
Yeah.
the street. He had a Land Rover,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, "Bro, I'll never buy another one of these pieces of
Yeah.
trash again."
Right.
Dude, I swear, his chick, it was always gone. I was like, where's the Land Rover? Oh man, it's in it's because it was under whatever
Yeah.
I forgot the
Like a
actual
lease.
thing. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and every time they always had a loaner. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, what happened?
Exactly.
Oh, bro, I'll never buy one of these again.
I know.
Yeah, and I've actually heard that a few times about like Land Rover.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Especially with they didn't have a range, but I when I had my lot, there was a lot of people I knew that had ranges,
Right.
and they all told me the same thing. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Because at that time, I range was always like big popular, and I was like, really? Oh yeah, and I was like, but I was always told that same thing,
Right.
and I was like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, Nissan, I thought, Japanese is going to be somewhat reliable. I know it's not the most reliable Japanese car, but dude, at this point, I'm thinking I'm driving a freaking, like a Chevy or like something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. Like, what happened? Am I driving like a Chevy, a Jaguar or something? Like, come on, bro. But Alyssa, she's saying that Nissan is not for dog people. Nissan is for roosters.
Oh shit.
So I guess that's where I made my mistake. I mean, I had
Well, there's your big mistake. If she said that, that means she did the math.
yeah,
She knows these number stuff too.
right,
So you know what I mean. If she knows because we all try to get into the zodiac, the Eastern one.
exactly.
And if she said that, you're up shit creek now.
Yeah, well,
Lucky enough, you didn't get it last year. If you
exactly.
got that last year,
All bad.
you would have had this times 10.
Right, right,
The fucking thing probably would have just, you would have been driving and the wheels would fucking fall off.
right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? God, I'm telling you, bro.
Alyssa also said to take it to church, get it blessed. LOL. Funny story. My wife, she had problems with her Tesla, and so many problems to the point where that's actually what she did. No lie, she took it to St. Robert's and she got it
Okay.
blessed by a priest. And then told me why 2 weeks later she's driving by Cappuccino and a baseball, somebody hit a home run and it hit the car and like busted her light out. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if I can believe in getting blessed by a priest. It didn't work.
It has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with blessing, bro. I bet you. So I live, obviously I live up the hill from there, right?
Yeah.
So the odds of that happening are so like, I mean, I know the field. I've driven past the field 4,000 times. Right. The odds of that even happening are insane.
Exactly.
Like I'm willing to think that that's her enemy car. I don't know your wife's like I don't know her the Chinese zodiac, any of the stuff or any of the numbers, but I'm willing to bet that Tesla is her enemy car.
I have no doubt.
I guarantee you, because bro, the odds of that happening, fuck, dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's fucking ridiculous. Like, cause dude, the way the field's even set up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's crazy to me. Bro, I could just picture it right now. How the hell did that even happen?
And for her to be driving at that exact moment that happened, like,
right?
Bro,
that's what I mean. Like, it's not like she was parked.
Yeah.
You said she was driving.
She was driving, bro.
Bro,
that's like 1,000,000,000 to 1 odds for that to happen, bro. And it happened to her after she got the car blessed like 2 weeks before.
Oh,
so I don't know, man. I don't know.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. And she went to St. Robert's, which is actually technically Cap's like school, because like St. Robert's is San Bruno, you know that.
Yeah.
And Cap, even though it's in Millbrae, is a San Bruno school, so it made sense to go there. Now, if she had went to St. Duns, I would have been like, okay, you know what? That's a Millbrae school. That's a San Bruno school. I thought that was smart. St. Robert's and Cap, that makes sense. San Bruno.
Exactly.
But man, those odds, bro. Jesus, man. And you told me she had hella other problems. I'm like, man, at that point, man, Bro,
we had to replace the battery of the whole car, which is the equivalent of an engine, which costed us $15,000. So yeah.
I know you told me. I do remember that, but that made sense because that what year is it? 20? 13. I can't remember. Yeah, see, so that it is an older one. I get it.
Yeah. That I understand.
You know what I mean? That makes sense.
But yeah,
that makes sense. So I understand that, because that's how. Apparently, I don't have an EV, but apparently that's how electric cars work. The batteries, like when you replace it, that's really big money. I get it.
Right. So once that happened, then we just had like a domino effect, and then we probably put after that 15,000. We probably put almost. I could say close to another 5,000 to 6,000 into it after that 15,000.
But you do realize, like, looking at stuff like this, right? That you guys are. She clearly did not pick that right car. You are not picking a right car. You realize this is coming down to that, right?
Honestly,
this is bad, dude.
Honestly, what I think, I don't think it's even the car. I think it was because I bought it from my ex job, which went bankrupt, which was Shift.com, because they were known to take in all these shitty cars, and we had hella people coming back with like their cars having problems after supposedly they did that 170 or 80 point inspection.
No. I'm not. You're talking about Tesla, right?
I'm talking about the Tesla we bought from Shift.
Yeah. But I'm saying that's her car, and that's probably, I'm willing to bet, her enemy car. Just like right now, what you're going through.
Yeah,
dude. You haven't even had the car a month, and listen to everything you've told me.
I know, bro. I know.
I'm like, bro, like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, it's getting hectic out there.
Clearly.
We got we got a GB in the house of the X platform. She says your dog is so cute.
He should be sleeping. Usually he sleeps at this time. Thank you though. And he has his eyes closed right now, but he usually sleeps on his back.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he's chilling. He's chilling right now. I don't know if you can see him, but he's chilling.
And Alyssa also says Jay is so on point, no lie, LOL. And she also says, was just gonna say that about his wife. Find out her exact birthday. We can do the numbers tonight, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, she's good. She's really good at doing numbers too. Alyssa knows this stuff really well. She knows it probably better than me.
Yeah,
I kind of listen. I listen to this one guy, Gary, and he's been doing this stuff for like 20 something years, and now he's getting his recognition and his flowers.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so a lot of celebrities be paying him to do this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, it's pretty impressive. Because everything he has said always usually is on point. It's not even like a guidance, like how we do in Western astrology. You have a like a guideline.
Right.
With he usually mixes the Chinese zodiac with numerology. And man, fuck, it's really on point.
Right.
Really, really on point. It's kind of scary actually how on point it is.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but I think it's way more accurate than the Western astrology.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like it's like I said, it's pretty scary, and because I've been researching it this past half year, about 6 months, and just things I've went through in my life, I'm like, holy shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's really to a T. Even with things like that I've even thought about, like throughout the years, I was like, wow.
Right.
It's impressive stuff, bro.
Definitely. Shout out to the 43 people watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let's get into these NBA scores. What's going on in the NBA, Jay?
We have one current, or actually, no. We have four current games on right now. Wow.
4 games.
You got the Spurs and Warriors locked in, 97-96 dubs. There's about 5 minutes left there. I expect them to pull out that victory because they're fighting for position.
Yeah.
Suns and Thunder. Thunder are beating the Suns 115-100. And there's 6 minutes left there. The Suns are already skunked. They're already out. So I don't think, Thunder have that one. They're fine. Nuggets and Kings. That's a battle, 97-90. Nuggets, they just fired their coach. So whatever they did, they're good. They're doing good because I know the Kings are playing for position too and seeding.
Right.
So they're up 97-90. There's 8 minutes left there. Rockets and Clippers. More teams fighting in the West. 105-91 Clippers. That helps them a lot. And there's a whole nother quarter because the Clippers are tied. They're 5-team tie right there.
Yeah.
The Rockets they're pretty much locked at that 2 seed, so they're good.
Who's gonna take it?
For what?
Clippers, Rockets.
No, Clippers. They have to.
Okay.
They're fighting with the Dubs. So it's Dubs, Clippers, Minnesota, and one other team. They're all tied.
How many games do you know? How many games Lakers are behind the Rockets to be able to switch up?
Yeah, they're like probably 5 games behind it.
Okay, so Rockets, if they lose, they're not really losing.
Right? Yeah, so I told you a lot of these teams now they could just chill.
Okay, I got you.
Because they're already locked in. You know what I mean? The Rockets are locked in to number 2. I don't even think they care. Yeah. There's only 3 games left, so they're probably resting some of their players. They're young. They're a young team, but you don't want to risk any injuries. Especially going into playoffs. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's a done deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of my trends are with all these games.
Right.
I'm just letting you know. So the Celtics lost to the Magic today.
Damn.
Like I said, they didn't play any starters. Not one. They actually didn't play one starter. So they had their whole they had their second lineup and the third lineup play. So. They only put up 76 points, clearly. So they lost to the Magic 96-76. The Sixers, they beat the Wizards. That's a battle of teams not in the playoffs, so 122-103. The Raptors beat the Hornets 126-96. That's, that's another issue. The Lakers beat the Mavericks 112-97.
Shout out to my boy Luca, man. 45 points today, bro.
Yeah, like I said, man, I with Luca, so they didn't really need him to do that, but he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because he, well, yeah, exactly. So he wanted to play hard against them because he's like, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He basically threw up the middle finger to them and said, dude, you guys really annoy me for trading me. So he played extra hard against them. I mean, extra hard, dude. He had 45, 8, and 6.
Yeah, nobody could touch him. Even LeBron, he only had 27 today.
Yeah, well, this isn't LeBron's team no more.
Exactly.
Clearly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the future right there. That's why they traded for him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Anthony Davis had a weak game. But like I said, I didn't even expect AD to be playing, but I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had a weak game compared to Luca. But yeah, that was another one of my trends. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
The Bulls beat the Heat, 119-111. And Josh Giddey, he was another one of my trends. He had a monster game too.
Oh, okay.
He had 28 points, 16 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Josh Giddey had a very big game today.
Nice.
So, yeah, he actually became the third player this season, or in the NBA season, to reach 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 hits. So that's not bad. That's really pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, he did good, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The only other players to do that were LeBron and Jokic. So
right.
Yeah. So Josh Giddey, he was the one that hit that game winner in LeBron's face the other day.
I remember.
Yeah. So Josh Giddey, yeah, he was one of the trends. He did good, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, that's all the NBA for today. Oh, we also had the Jazz and Trailblazers. Another one. 133, 126 in overtime. The Jazz won.
Oh, nice. That's kind of surprising, actually. But what do you know what happened with that whole controversy? Why they threw out Doncic in the game? I think that was yesterday's game. I don't think that was today's game, but they threw him out, right? Like they ejected him, the refs.
Yeah.
Do you know what that was all about? I don't even know.
They gave him 2 technical fouls, so that's you get kicked out.
But what was because it looked like he didn't even really do much. Like they just it looked like
sometimes refs just don't like you.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he said something to him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't really go over the play.
Yeah.
But that's part of the reason they took their L that game.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if you don't have Luka in the game, you're gonna probably lose.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go over yesterday's games. Just say who won real quick.
Yeah, yesterday the Grizzlies won. They beat the Hornets. Cavs beat the Bulls. Pacers beat the Wizards. Magic beat the Hawks. Nets beat the Pelicans. Celtics beat the Knicks. Bucks beat the Wolves. Thunder beat the Lakers. Warriors beat the Suns. And the Clippers beat the Spurs.
Nice. And you know the games tomorrow you're going to be watching?
Let's see. T-Wolves and Grizzlies. They're playing for position, remember?
Yeah.
So that's going to be definitely one. And I think that's it. All the other teams will be, like I would say Cavs and Pacers, but Cavs already clinched the 1 seed, so I don't think they'll play their players.
I think Knicks and Pistons might be a good game just because Pistons kind of like been doing a little bit better lately, so that might be kind of nice.
Yeah, maybe for positioning. I don't know, though. I think the Knicks are locked in at that 3 seed.
Right.
The Knicks did play hard against the Celtics, though, that game that they lost recently, so maybe you're right. But I think they tried to do that to see if they could catch the Celtics.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe if we could beat them, we could get a game up. But, yeah, so I think they're locked into that 3rd seed.
Right.
So.
All right. Well, let's move on into some MLB game scores. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We got there are no games current right now, so all the games are all the games are there.
Please don't tell me Reds won again. 1-0.
1-0.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna start off with the Reds. And no, they didn't. Good. They took an L2 to the Gigantes.
Oh, okay.
Good job, Giants. Yeah, so 8-6 Giants.
Whoa,
they beat the Reds.
Something finally.
Yeah, they beat the Reds in final innings, so about 10 innings it took them to beat them. So it's not bad. Let's see. Pirates beat the Cardinals 2-1. Marlins beat the Mets 5-0. Yankees beat the Tigers 4-3. Rangers beat the Cubs 6-2. The Padres eked out a win against the Athletics 2-1.
Nice.
Diamondbacks shut out the Orioles 9-0. Dodgers beat the Nationals 6-5. Ugh. Mariners beat the Astros 7-6. Guardians beat the White Sox 3-2. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox in final innings. It took 11, 2-1. The Rays beat the Angels 5-4. The Twins beat the Royals 4-0. Damn, the Brewers just smacked the Rockies 17-2. Oh man. Wow. 17. Wow, I'm surprised that wasn't one of my trends.
I know, right?
But the trend I had was for Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper, the Phillies beat the Braves, and Bryce Harper hit a 400-foot shot to give them the lead. So,
wow.
And shout out to Bryce Harper. He's a good player. But yeah, so they beat the Braves 4-3.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, so yeah, that was one of my trends. Bryce Harper. He's a good player.
Right.
He's been good for a while now. So, yep.
That's it. That's all the scores.
That's it. That's all the games. That's all the games for MLB. There was no current ones right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Surprisingly, usually the West Coast games you have current right now. But
yeah.
So no games right now. But that's it. That's all the games today.
Well, guys, today we do have a whole bunch of Trump news for you. So let me start off with my Trump news segment. Let me actually pull this up for you guys real quick. So if you guys didn't know, today Kash Patel was replaced as acting ATF director by Army Secretary Dan Driscoll. It says the Trump administration did not immediately give a reason for the unusual move to place a civilian military leader in charge of a federal law enforcement agency. Driscoll will continue to serve as Army Secretary per multiple reports. ATF can confirm the change in leadership to acting director Daniel Driscoll as spokesperson for the agency that's responsible for enforcing the U.S. firearms law. The spokesperson did not immediately return requests for comment in the evening on the reason behind the decision. A Justice Department official confirmed that Patel's removal was not a reflection of his performance in the job. Patel, who was still listed as acting ATF director on the agency's site on Wednesday night, was sworn in for the role on February 24th, 3 days after he became the FBI's 9th director. Representatives for the White House, Justice Department, and the Army did not immediately respond to requests for comments in the evening, so nobody really knows why that happened or anything. But yeah, they just removed Patel, Kash Patel, director. So he's not the ATF main dude anymore. He's not the acting director for the ATF. Who knows why? But it is what it is. And let's move on and let's talk about your guys' water pressure in the shower.
Well, I fortunately haven't had this problem because when I replaced my shower head and even in my sinks and stuff, I took out that regulator. So I've always had high pressure.
Yeah.
The water pressure. But so Mr. Trump, I saw his little his clip in his interview about what he was talking about. So he signed an executive order today reversing regulations on water pressure in the shower heads and other water appliances.
Nice.
Yes, sir. So he was talking about how he's tired of it. He's tired of the pressure being so, you know what I mean?
Because they regulate every single new thing that they put in.
I know.
And stuff.
But like I said, since I install stuff myself, I took out the stupid thing.
Right.
But that's me. I was like, I didn't like how so obviously when you install something, you try it, you're like, what the hell, what's wrong with this? And then when you take out the damn thing, oh, there we go.
Exactly.
So yeah, so if you install it yourself, you really don't have this problem, but I get it. So he signed the executive order.
You realize we're going to have a whole bunch of protests against this.
Obviously.
Because now we're about there's going to be so many protests because now everybody's going to be like, oh, Trump, he doesn't care about the earth. All the water is going to be depleted now.
Yes, we know. But I mean, it's just, because this was implemented during Obama and Biden administrations. We know.
They're going to be hey, Jay, they're going to be like, because of this because of this executive order, they killed a whale in Emeryville. I guarantee you, they're gonna put this together, bro.
Yes, I know. I don't think. Yeah, it'll come down to something like that.
They
But
didn't have enough water for the whale to get back into the ocean, so they had to kill the whale, and it's all because of Trump's executive order.
yeah, crazy.
Oh man.
But yeah, he was joking around. He said he likes to take his nice long shower with the pressure, and take care of his beautiful hair.
Exactly.
That shit was hella funny when he said that, bro. I was like, this cat is funny, bro.
I'll feel him on that.
But no, so I mean, like, yeah, because I like, I don't know, I'm someone who likes my water pressure like strong. So that's why even when I installed my new things, like I like the strong water pressure.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's me. Not everyone likes that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, with my shower head anyway, because it goes from the waterfall one to the hand.
Yeah.
What I try to do is I try to set it in the middle anyway. So I have one higher than the other anyway.
Right.
Like if I have the high pressure on, the one falling down, then it's lower on the hand one,
Yeah, exactly.
And then when I'd be switching it too during the shower,
Yeah, so. I do that too, man, because I definitely like to have my, like, with the hard water pressure hitting my back, especially if I'm tired. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's really relieving. So.
Well, that's what I mean. So that's why I switch it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
And then sometimes I'll put it higher for the, when it's, the waterfall one.
Yeah.
And then it's lower on the hand one. Yeah, it's just, but yeah, it's cool that, obviously I don't waste water, but you know what I mean? Like, I get where President Trump is going with the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's not just on shower heads, it's on all the water appliances. So it could be on your sink too, like I'm someone when I wash dishes, because I love washing my dishes by hand. I'm one of the old school people. Right. I don't use dishwasher or any of that stuff. I trust myself washing a dish.
Yeah.
I don't, sometimes I'll put the water pressure high if I need to, like wash like, my pots and pans and stuff, but with like, with plates and like silverware, I keep it a little low, just.
Exactly.
But I have the option. To be like, let me turn it up,
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. So.
And it makes sense because, like, okay, I understand what Obama and Biden tried to do. I understand what they try to do to, like, save, water. Like, of course,
yeah.
I mean, that was their thing. Whatever, that's fine. But it doesn't make sense. Trump said it best. You have to stand under a shower for 15 minutes until it gets wet. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like you're not saving any water because it takes you that much longer to take a shower when there's like so much less water pressure. So.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean because you're exactly. So.
It's just like what they did doesn't make any sense. You might as well have strong pressure. Get yourself in and out, and you'll be done in like 5 minutes rather than freaking wasting 15, 20 minutes just to like get the soap off of you. That's stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Anyway, let's move on and let's talk about what happened today. We got some big news for this is what made the stock markets rise and everything. So basically, we got Trump today. He basically put a pause on the tariffs for 90 days. So yeah, except for China, guys. I'm sorry, China, but y'all are not part of this right now. But facing a global market meltdown, Mr. Trump on Wednesday abruptly backed off his tariffs on most nations. That's keyword, most nations, for 90 days, even as he further jacked up the tax rate on Chinese imports to 125%. Chess at its finest, guys. It was seemingly an attempt to narrow what had been an unprecedented trade war between the U.S. and most of the world to a showdown between the U.S. and China. The S&P 500 stock index jumped 9.5% after this announcement, but the drama over Trump's tariff is far from over as the administration prepares to engage in country-by-country negotiations. In the meantime, countries subject to the pause will now be tariffed by 10%. The president hit pause in the face of intense pressure created by volatile financial markets that had been pushing Trump to reconsider his tariffs, even as some administration officials insisted that his reversal had always been the plan. As stocks and bonds sold off, voters were watching their retirement savings dwindle Businesses warned of worse than expected sales and rising prices. All a possible gut punch to a country that sent Trump's back to the White House last year on the promise of combating inflation. So yeah, guys, I believe that he already had this in the plan anyway. Like most people are going to be like, "Oh no, this is not." But we've already been watching him play chess, and this just makes sense because he was scaring all the other countries, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like he's for real. And now look what he's doing. He's not backing off of the tariffs, but he just announced it because what is this going to do? It's gonna kind of let the stocks and everything kind of start rising again. And at the same time, he didn't say even though the headline, because you got to understand, he knows how the media works. So basically, by him doing this, look, you have all this media. Oh, he's pausing it for 90 days, even though I just read to you guys that he's going to renegotiate with every single country, and it's going to be a country by country basis. So he's not really pausing it. He just wanted the media to say that. But at the end of the day, he's actually going to renegotiate with every country. He's going to be like, all right, what are you guys doing for us? What are we doing for you? Let's make this negotiation happen so that it's more it's going to be more fair for each country. It's going to be on an individual level now. And that's the best way to do it, because the only people that are really like the worst of the worst that are basically taking away a lot of the manufacturing jobs from the U.S. is China. So that does make sense for him to be like, China, you guys are not part of it, but every other country, like, yeah, why not? Let's make deals. And this is just chess at its finest. This is basically him being like, all right, I got the first checkmate here. Let's see what your move is next, China. And that's all it is. Do you have anything you want to say about that, Jay?
No.
Okay. Cool. Well, moving on. That is just a little bit of news I wanted to share about the tariffs. And before we get into another one that Jay's going to do, let's do one more of mine, because I know some of y'all do like butter. So, yeah, there's been a big butter recall. So let me pull up this real quick for you guys. If you guys are into, I think it's called I forgot the name. I'll say it in a second. But extra creamy butter recalled due to stomach churning bacterial contamination. So it says an extra creamy variety of butter was recently recalled. The recall applied to one lot of 8-ounce. I think it's Chabot, CABOT. That would be Chabot, right? Or Cabot? What do you think, Jay? How do you say that?
I don't know. I'm not really a butter person.
Okay, well, if you guys own any of 8 ounce of CABOT creamy extra sea salted premium butter, the products were distributed by AgriMark. The FDA reported that 189 cases, or 1,701 pounds of the product was recalled beginning March 26th. The impacted products contain a lot code 090925-055. The FDA says the sticks of butter were contaminated with elevated levels of coliform, which is a type of bacterium found in the gastrointestinal tracts on animals. So yeah, guys, just be careful. According to the company, 99.5% of the tainted butter was recovered before reaching consumers. The FDA website notes that the butter was also distributed in New York, Pennsylvania, Maine, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Arkansas. The recall does not currently pose a significant public health threat, but the recall is labeled as Class 3 by the FDA, its lowest category. So if you guys do have it and you guys eat it, you guys might get some gas or something like that. It doesn't look like it's life-threatening. But yeah, if you guys do have it and you have that specific butter, especially if you're in those states I just mentioned, just be on the aware of that. We kind of I like to get into the recall news because we do want to look out for you guys. You know, that's one thing we do is we definitely want to make sure you guys are going to be healthy. Part of our motto on this show is health, wealth, and happiness. So we definitely like to bring the health up when we could help you guys in any way when it comes to health. That being said, let's get into some Tesla stock news with Jay. What's going on?
Oh yeah, bro. Well, everything was you announced the President Trump thing, with the tariffs. Tesla had their second highest stock surge today.
Nice.
I remember when Tesla just had, before he split it up into four, I remember when it was just one and it was at like 800. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. So even now that they're all split, like his stock went up 22.69% today, and it's at it's at 270, 220.
Oh, okay.
which is that's nice, bro.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what I mean? They got a lot of the people that are invested are they're celebrating it obviously, but they're also expressing that they want this stock could reach 300, 400, or even 600 by the end of the year.
Damn.
Pretty big, yeah, pretty big numbers. It's crazy too because like I said, he split it so that more people could invest, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I was like, damn, I wouldn't have done that, and that was years ago, because like I said, no one could really afford it years ago when it was 7, 8, $900,
I know. I know.
And I was like, damn, man. And then he split it. And I was like, damn. So this is to get more investors. I was like, damn. I don't think all of them are going to perform like that, bro. When I see this, I was like, damn, bro. So it added 140 billion to Tesla's market capitalization.
Oh wow.
So yeah, fuck, man. So that's some big news, man. So if you have Tesla, you're winning right now because everyone that's invested and they're willing to bet it's going to go up, like I said, to 3, 4, or even 600.
Yeah, I'm sure Elon is sleeping good tonight.
Yeah, exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? But President Trump had a lot to do with that.
Oh, I know, for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's all helping each other out in the long run. You know what I mean? But if you have Tesla stock, you winning right now.
Yeah. I have a question. I don't know if you know this or not, but do you know, does SpaceX have its own stock, or is it fall into Tesla stock?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh,
so it's because he hasn't. It's private. Definitely. It's not ready for IPO.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it will be though when it's time. It will be. Okay. I know it will be. I've been wanting to invest in SpaceX for a while now.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm like asking you.
I thought I was going to be able to get it before a lot of people. Like, okay, not a lot of people know he owns it. So this is years ago. Exactly. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it, and then I was like, oh shit, it's not even, it's not ready yet.
Got you. I guess that's probably because you got most of those funds are coming from the federal government because NASA.
Exactly. It's not. It's just not time for it yet. It will be though.
Definitely.
When it's time, I don't mind investing in any of his companies because he knows what's up.
Yeah, I bet you once we start taking people to Mars on SpaceX, that's when it's gonna become public for everybody.
That's what I mean. When it's publicly traded, then yeah, I already know, bro. Because that's not even just for right there; it's for the future.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because he obviously, there's him, Bezos, and Branson. They're all doing, and the guy from London, I forgot his name, but they're all doing their space ones.
Yeah, Sir Richard. That's in London, right?
No. He's definitely from there. But there's another person, the guy that's building the space station.
Oh, okay. I got you.
His one. So that's what I mean. So that's why I was gonna invest in SpaceX when I first heard about it. I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get this. And then I was like, damn, it's private.
Yeah. Not yet.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, not yet. That's what I mean. So when it goes public, I'll be throwing money in that for sure because like I said, that's future. And I'll be able to throw big money by then because I already know. I know how my portfolio is.
Right.
I'll be able to toss some big money into that because, like I said, that's the future. That's where we're headed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We'll already have his plan. He plans to throw. I don't know how many people have signed up for that thing to go there.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of people out there. So
that's gonna be crazy.
I'll be heavily invested in that for sure.
Hell yeah, brother. So yeah, let's move on and let's get into Jay's movie of the day. It looks like it's an OG movie that I love.
It's one of my favorite movies growing up, man.
Definitely. What you watch?
Yeah, I used to watch this when I was a kid, man. I love this.
Oh, I know, I love it too.
Do you know what this is?
Honey, I Shrunk the Yes, sir.
Kids. Yes, sir. Like so, they're in the adventure right now because they're all shrunk. So you remember, they're like he doesn't really cut his lawn. Like I'm the same way, you know what I mean? Right. And like his lawn looks like the Amazon, basically.
You know what I really liked about that movie is in that movie he plays the character Wayne Szalinski.
Yeah.
Which is Polish. He has a Polish name.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
made me really like. So when I was a kid, I was like, oh wow, it's a Polish guy. You know, I mean, I know he's not Polish in real, but I was like, oh wow, you know.
But they use the name in
Yeah,
Polish. That's
he's
kind of
Polish.
funny. I never thought about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Zelensky. His neighbor always used to call him by that.
Right.
That's just funny, man. But yeah, one of my favorite movies growing up, man. I love these type of movies growing up, you know, because they're like adventure. You know, when you're a kid, you're like, oh, that'd be so much fun, you know.
And these are the type of movies that, like, up till now, like nobody has really recreated. Like they're very, you know.
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, why? I don't know. I get what you mean, but why would you create something like this? How?
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
know,
saying.
it's just different. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like this.
It's a
This
good
was
original classic.
exactly way ahead of its time too,
Yeah.
man. You know.
Correct.
Did you ever? Did you ever do the ride at Universal or no?
Nah.
Oh, dude, awesome. It was just like, did you ever do the Back to the Future one?
I might have. I don't remember anymore.
Okay, so they had a Honey, I Shrunk the Audience.
Oh, okay.
Ah, bro.
Everything just
It
got
was like,
bigger on you and stuff.
yeah, you were the one shrunk. Oh,
Yeah,
it was awesome, bro.
fine.
And it was in 3D.
Oh, okay.
Ah, bro, it was crazy, man. That's what I mean. So I love when they're able to take like films and then put them in Universal, you know.
Right.
And I'm blessed enough to go there and do all the different rides, you know what I mean? And man, awesome.
Definitely.
Very awesome, bro. One of my favorite films growing up, dude. Like
Yeah.
this is an all-time classic for me. This is like Goonies to me. Same thing.
Exactly.
Like adventures, you know, that you go on as a kid. And the funny part is they're shrunk. That's the best part of this stuff, man. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Say what the movie's about for the people that don't know. Like little.
Yeah. So basically, Rick Moranis, that's the guy's name. Zelensky. He's like a scientist, and he's trying to invent things to so he could, you know, have his family well off, basically.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And his wife pretty much holds down everything with real estate. And he's been working on this invention to shrink things to like, you know, so that you can, you know, like package everything, you know, easily, like big, you know, things like, and just be able to shrink it, send it, and then, you know, unshrink it.
Yeah.
So he's been trying to prove that theory and he couldn't do it. And then one day his neighbor, the kid hits a baseball into his attic window. The baseball goes on the machine and then ends up just, you know, working and shrinking the damn kids when they walked in.
Oh, no.
And he didn't know that's what he needed to regulate the laser.
Right.
And like, so he figures out because his couch was missing. And then you know, when he stepped on it and fell, he's like, oh, shit, my couch.
Yeah.
And then he was able to see everything, you know. Obviously, the dog's the smartest one because he was trying to tell him the whole time, you know, that they were all shrunk. And he ended up throwing the kids out in the trash.
Yeah.
And then that's when they go through his yard.
Right.
And he's like, oh, and he's trying to find them in the yard.
Yeah.
And then they end up adventuring through the yard to the house, attaching to the dog's hairs, getting inside. And then, yeah, it's just all-time movie, bro. Great adventure for kids, man, because obviously you want to do that type of stuff as a kid.
Exactly.
But it ends up, you know, his machine, everyone is like, oh, wow, you know, but then when it gets regulated by government, you know, he has to go to a lab, and then that's all part two.
Right.
But it's awesome movie, man. Awesome movie.
What do you rate the movie 1 to 10?
9.8.
9.8. And what's the 0.2 off of?
Yeah, like I said, with me, there's a couple parts in here that I'm like, you know, but they're not major. They're just little things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, yeah, 9.8.
This is a cool part right now that's about to happen.
Imagine, you know, and that's a little bug.
I know, right?
That's the best part about that, you know what I mean?
That's so crazy.
You know what I mean? And then they have the remember they have the little ant that saves them.
Yeah, that's the ant right there, Yep.
You know what I mean?
The ant's about to find some work in that scorpion.
Exactly. That's crazy. But you see, seeing that as a kid, man, it's just wow, bro. Like, doesn't get much better.
Makes you want to pick up a magnifying glass and look at like what an ant really looks like and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, according to the movie, ants can lift 50 times their weight.
I know. I heard.
the little things you hear in the movie, and you're like, damn, wow,
Yeah,
ants are pretty strong,
exactly.
you know.
Exactly.
So it's pretty awesome, man. Awesome movie, bro.
And I guess we can do our movies based off of
You gotta do Rick Moranis,
yeah.
bro. I mean, he's had so many movies of like growing up that I was just like, bro, I mean my favorites.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's been in so many movies that I'm just like, bro, like he's one of my favorite actors as a kid.
Definitely. So what is your favorite movie of his?
Obviously this is one of them, but I'd have to say my all-time favorite of his, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. That's true.
Bro, I, I could not stop laughing at that movie, bro. As a kid, I watched that movie so much because I kept laughing.
Yeah.
Like, bro, yeah, that's my all-time favorite movie of his, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Besides this, yeah, Spaceballs. It's not even close.
Underrated movie of his.
Underrated movie of his is another one of my favorite movies as a kid, and he wasn't the main guy in it. You know what I mean? But it was Ghostbusters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, bro, him and Ghostbusters is so funny, dude. And that's what I mean. Ghostbusters is another one of my favorite movies as a kid. Why? Because same type of thing, adventure. You know, you have ghosts, and then you got to save people from the ghosts and the city. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but he plays a great part in Ghostbusters.
Gotcha.
You know, he's their lawyer. Let's say. Remember?
Definitely.
Yeah. Stop. Hey. Yeah, there you go. You like that. But yeah, so this dude, this dude is just Rick Moranis is excellent. I don't know what happened to him, man. I don't know what happened to him.
He's still alive. He just got older. You know?
No. I'm saying like that's what I mean. He usually people try to get into other things.
Yeah.
I have not heard anything from this guy since the '90s.
No, I know.
Honestly, like I think he was just like, dude, I'm done with this.
No,
I'd made some great movies, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm gonna live out just relaxing because I haven't heard a peep out of this guy.
I know.
You know what I mean? But one of my favorite actors growing up, bro, without a doubt.
For sure. For me, my favorite movie of his is gonna be Little Shop of Horrors. I know you've seen that one, huh?
Yeah, that's right. He was in that.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think of that.
That's
I was like,
crazy one. That's where the plants eat like the people and
yeah,
shit. Like,
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Little Shop of Horrors will be my favorite one of his.
Damn.
And my underrated movie of his, I got two of them. One of them would be I'll say the Flintstones because he wasn't like the main character, but
He was in the Flintstones. That's right.
So I liked him in that movie. But my other actually, which I liked even better than that one, was when him and Al Bundy had a movie together, and that's Little Giants.
Oh, yeah, they were brothers.
Yep.
I forgot about that movie. Holy shit. Little Giants.
Little Giants, bro.
Oh, God. I remember that movie. That shit was so funny, bro.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. Well, it's just funny because the part he played, since him and Al Bundy were brothers.
Right.
I just remember the team he had assembled, dude. Like Rick Moranis. Oh, my God.
They were not football players by any definition.
Sure. No, they were not. But hey, man, they had the ice box.
Exactly.
That was his daughter, the chick. Right. That shit was so funny, man. I forgot about that movie. I can't believe you brought up that movie. Holy shit!
Love that.
That was another one of my favorite movies growing up for sure.
Yep. It's funny. It's funny because I was looking at the screen of his movies and now I'm looking at the chat and Alyssa wrote Little Shop of Horrors and Flintstones as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh damn. Yeah, those are.
She on my vibe on that one. She knows.
Yeah, I did not even. I didn't remember those. I didn't even remember Little Giants. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. Those are all good movies right there.
Definitely.
Holy shit! I'm like, wow.
All right. Well, that is our movie of the day. Let's move on and get into some crypto. Let's see what's going on in these markets, man. It looks like everything's kind of rising due to these Trump pause of the tariffs. So let's see what exactly is happening here. We got right now Bitcoin sitting at 81,854. It is up 6.81%. Number two, our biggest altcoin, Ethereum. That one is at 1,617. It is up 11.80%. And still going up as we speak. Your fear and greed index, holy moly, from 17 at extreme fear, it jumped up into fear now, the orange tier, and is sitting at 25. So that shows a lot of the confidence and people buying back in again. Your global crypto market cap as a whole is sitting at 2.61 trillion. It is up 8.56% over the last day, which is a crazy figure to think about. Your top 5 trending coins: number 1, Bitcoin; number 2, XRP, up 11%; number 3, you got Solana, that one is up 9%; number 4, Ethereum; and number 5, out of all coins, we got Fartcoin as the top 5 trending to round it off, and that one is up 40%. Let's get into your top 5 gainers. Number 1, you got Dojo. That one is up 1,948%. Number 2, you got Flaky. That one is up 1,289%. Number 3, we got Chains of War. That one is up 1,300%. Number 4 is Daram AI. That one is up 599%. Number 5, we got Mog Pepe or Pepe. That one is up 561%. Let's see if there's any notable ones I can mention. Number 7, you got Grok. That one is up 518%. Number 11, Beer. That one is up 481%. My all-time favorite, number 14, CatX. That one is up 400%. Besides those, let me see. Oh, I got a new funny one. Number 23, we got Dick Butt. That one is up 99%. And number 28, We Love Ass. That one is up 75%. I'd just like to mention funny ones for you guys at this point. But let's see if there's any other ones. Another new one, number 44, we got Monkeypox. That one is up 55%. Let's see any other ones. Looks like that's all the ones that are in it for today. I always like to go over the top 100, see if there's any funny ones like I mentioned that are in the top gainers, the top 100 gainers. But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to mention. Oh, number 95, last one. Number 95, Living the Dream. That one is up 30%. That's LTD if you guys want to invest in that one. All right, guys. Well, that is our crypto news. Shout out to all you holders out there who didn't panic when everybody else did, and you guys made some money today. Or if you bought it, even yesterday when I told you guys to buy, you guys made some money. So shout out to you guys as well. Shout out also to the 48 people watching. And let's move on into tomorrow's. This is going to be for April 10th. We're going to get into the weather. I kind of like to just, I know you guys like to travel, so I like to definitely, show you guys what tomorrow's weather for you guys is going to be so that you guys can dress accordingly and, not be blindsided by some weather mishap when you guys do travel tomorrow, if you are traveling. So tomorrow, your coldest spot looks like it's going to be Caribou, Maine, 46 degrees and partly cloudy, while your hottest spot tomorrow is going to be Phoenix. It's starting to get into the 100. It's going to be sunny and 100 degrees out there. Going from west coast to east, where we're at in San Francisco, partly cloudy and 66 degrees. LA, 85 and partly cloudy. Seattle, you guys are going to be raining. It's only 64 out there. Then we got Salt Lake City. You guys are going to be partly cloudy at 78. We got Boise at 80, partly cloudy, and we got Las Vegas, partly cloudy at 95. Billings, Montana, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 72. Denver, you guys are going to be 71 and sunny, while Albuquerque, you guys are going to be sunny at 83. Kansas City, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 71 tomorrow. Oklahoma City, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 81. Dallas, you guys are going to be sunny at 85, while Houston, sunny at 86, and San Antonio, you guys are going to be warmer at 93 and sunny. Then we got Minneapolis, you guys are going to be raining, only 52 out there. Chicago, you guys are in this cold stint that you guys can get out of. It's going to be 44 and cloudy. Detroit, you guys are going to be raining at 40 degrees only, while Cincinnati, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 64. St. Louis, you guys are going to have thunderstorms. It's going to be 68 over there. Memphis, partly cloudy, 77. New Orleans, you guys are going to be sunny at 80. Miami, you guys are going to be raining. It's only going to be 79, while Tampa, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 83. Jacksonville, you guys are going to be partly cloudy, 78. Atlanta, you guys are going to be partly cloudy at 72. Charlotte, you guys are going to be raining at 69. Washington, D.C., you guys are going to be cloudy at 56. Buffalo, New York, you guys are going to be raining with only 39. New York City, you guys are going to be 51 degrees, partly cloudy. And last but not least, we got Boston. You guys are going to be partly cloudy with 49 as your average day high tomorrow. And that, like I said, that is for tomorrow, April 10th. Moving on, let's get into one of our favorite segments, which is horoscopes. We definitely like to guide you along your day. So these are going to be tomorrow's horoscopes, April 10th. Let's get into the first house of the zodiac, which is Aries, which is also my sign. So tomorrow for Aries, irregular eating habits may not be beneficial to your health. If your finances are in order, you may consider purchasing a significant item. A wise financial decision is likely to pay off. You can expect recognition or perks at your current job. Children may be exempt from certain spending restrictions. Then we got our Taurus. Starting a new workout routine could improve your health. Avoid falling for get rich quick schemes to prevent financial loss. A career change may prove to be a wise decision. Despite your flaws, your family continues to support and value you. Some of you are looking forward to you reuniting with a relative from out of town. Then we got Gemini. There's nothing to worry about in terms of health. However, watch your spending as your financial situation might need attention. You'll stay occupied seeking new ways to boost your income. A family vacation promises a joyful experience, and business travel is likely to be successful. Then we got our Cancer. Routine checkups and proactive health measures will contribute to a sense of well being. Your creativity could help maximize your wealth. Maintaining good relationships with mentors and colleagues will support steady career growth. Celebrating family members' accomplishments will promote pride and unity, and travel plans may need adjustments, but with proper research, speculative real estate investments could bring encouraging returns. Then we got Leo, which is J sign. Health issues may surface, so take precautions. Some of you may need to reduce expenses. You may successfully persuade a coworker to support your ideas. Expect visits from friends or family. A surprise meeting with an old crush might brighten your day. Those looking to purchase a home will be able to arrange the necessary funds. Then we got Virgo. Don't push yourself too hard. Take adequate breaks between workouts. Financial matters are likely to stabilize after carefully evaluating investment options. Some may receive cash rewards and appreciation of their work. A family member may be eager to catch up with you, and a short getaway or road trip will likely refresh your spirits. Then we got our Libra. You may start something new to get back in shape. Soon, you might need to gather resources to repay a debt. Your efforts will be acknowledged and rewarded. Your popularity within the family could rise thanks to social networking. A trip to another city looks promising and fun, and property investments may yield good returns. Then we got our Scorpios. You're likely to make healthier lifestyle choices in your quest to get fit. While money may be limited, kindness surrounds you. A major project at work will demand your attention. Love and unity are predicted in the family. Planning a trip with a loved one will be enjoyable, and this is a good time to showcase your talents to enhance your academic reputation. Sagittarius, make time for regular exercise. Financial troubles are unlikely to resolve immediately. Members of a joint family facing difficulties may consider moving out. Some may be planning a trip out of town. And for college bound individuals, skill development is the only path forward. Capricorn, your current fitness routine promises to keep you in shape. Taking proactive steps may help boost your income. You'll likely be in high demand at work, and a reunion with long absent relatives is on the cards. Expect a joyful trip soon. Those awaiting results can anticipate success. Aquarius, those who are unwell are likely to make a full recovery. Financial gains are possible, though not guaranteed. Someone may be eagerly waiting for your advice. Offer your time. Your encouragement could help a young family member succeed. Vacation leave is likely to be approved. A property dispute may be settled, and an academic submission may receive praise. Pisces, last but not least, those suffering from long-term illness may witness a miraculous recovery. You remain financially secure and mentally at peace regarding your wealth. Tasks assigned at work are likely to be successfully completed. Your family's opinion of you may improve, and long distance travel will proceed smoothly. All right, guys, that is our horoscope for tomorrow. That is for April 10th. Like I said, we just like to kind of guide you along your way. Shout out to the 55 people watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let's get into it with our conspiracy of the day. So, Jay, I got a good one for us today, man. I decided to do one about something that me and you, and I'm sure a lot of other OGs in the house, have always had a very big interest in. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that is the aspect of the ninja, or better yet, the enigma of the ninja. Let's talk about some ninjas. Let's see. I got Jay's eyes big and looking at me like, damn, okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Well, let's see. I'm
So let's
curious.
get to it. When we hear the word ninja, images of stealthy assassins clad in black, moving unseen through the night, often come to mind. Popular culture has painted ninjas as almost superhuman figures capable of incredible features, but who were the real ninjas? What roles did they play in Japanese history, and how did their legend evolve over time? Today, let's separate fact from fiction, and let's delve into the conspiracies and myths that surround these mysterious figures. So, fact versus fiction. The term ninja, also known as shinobi, refers to covert agents in feudal Japan who specialized in espionage, sabotage, guerrilla warfare, and assassination. Emerging prominently during the 15th century, ninjas were often recruited from the lower classes and were valued for their ability to perform tasks that samurai were forbidden or unwilling to undertake. Unlike the romanticized lone wolves depicted in movies, historical ninjas often operated in groups and were part of organized clans, such as those of the Iga and Koka regions. These clans developed and passed down specialized skills and techniques, many of which were documented in manuals like the Bansen Shukai in the 17th century. Ninjas employed a variety of tactics and tools to accomplish their missions. Espionage and sabotage, their primary roles involved gathering intelligence and undermining enemy plans. This could include setting fires to distract or create chaos, poisoning wells, or spreading misinformation. They also had a lot of disguises. Ninjas were masters of disguise, often posing as monks, merchants, or farmers to infiltrate enemy territories unnoticed. And weapons. While they did use traditional weapons like swords and bows, ninjas also utilized specialized tools such as the shuriken, throwing stars, or the kunai, which is dagger-like tools, and makibishi, caltrops, to aid in their missions. Uh, and they also had psychological warfare. They often employed tactics to instill fear or confusion, making their enemies believe they possessed supernatural abilities. Over the centuries, numerous myths have emerged about ninjas, and one of those is invisibility and supernatural powers. Legends speak of ninjas being able to disappear at will or control natural elements. While these tales are captivating, they are likely exaggerations of their skill in stealth and deception. And all black attire. The iconic black outfit is more a creation of theater and modern media. Historical ninjas would wear clothing appropriate to their disguises or dark hues suited for night operations. Let's also talk about ninjas in popular culture. The mystique of the ninja has been perpetuated and amplified by their portrayal in films, television, and literature. From the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to countless martial arts movies, ninjas have been depicted as both heroes and villains, often with abilities far beyond historical reality. And the secretive nature of ninjas has given rise to various conspiracies and intriguing tales. Assassinations of prominent figures. Some historical accounts suggest that ninjas were involved in the assassinations of significant figures, uh, though concrete evidence is often lacking. They also were ninjas as double agents. These are stories of ninjas infiltrating enemy ranks, not just to gather intelligence, but to act as double agents, feeding misinformation and manipulating outcomes. And they also had survival of ninja clans. Some believe that ninja clans continue to exist in secrecy long after their supposed decline, preserving their arts and perhaps influencing events from the shadows. So let's talk about the decline and legacy of the ninja. While the unification of Japan and the onset of the Edo period's relative peace, the demand for ninjas diminished. Many returned to civilian life and their skills faded into obscurity. However, their legacy endured, evolving into the legends and pop culture icons which we recognize today. So, the true history of the ninja is a blend of documented facts and embellished tales. Their skills in espionage, adaptability, and psychological tactics made them formidable figures in Japanese history. While many aspects of their lives remain shrouded in mystery, the fascination of ninjas endures, reminding us of the allure of the unseen and the power of the unknown. So, yeah, guys, thank you for letting me take you on this journey into the shadows, and that is my ninja conspiracy. Since we never really, I thought that I always was into ninjas. I thought that was an interesting one to do for you guys because they were very similar to kind of like the samurais. They kind of had the same kind of aspects of them. They were kind of through the same period, but a lot of people mistaken ninjas for samurais, which are not. Ninjas were really more on the stealth side of things. They were kind of like the CIA of Japan at that time. While I guess you could say that the samurais were more like, I guess you could say, like the SWAT team. They were like the SWAT team. All right, and that is pretty much our show. Let's do our very last segment for you guys to give you guys some enlightenment, as we say. That is Jay, when we get into Jay's final words of wisdom. What is that for you today, Jay?
Everyone needs to learn that they should listen before they speak. We have two ears and one mouth for a reason, so
Uh-huh.
should definitely learn to listen before speaking, because that's exactly why we have two ears and one mouth, so you can listen twice as much as you speak. That's what I'm going with today. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people need to listen instead of a lot of people like to when someone's talking to you, people are always constant feedback instead of taking in what they heard and then coming with a response. It's always to just speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like comprehend everything, let it go through, compute, and then you know you don't always need to have an initial reaction. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
But that, yeah, it just it's how you react to matters. You know what I'm saying? It's
Definitely.
not what happens. Just yeah, just a lot of things are based on your reaction. It's very important. Very important. It teaches a
Yeah,
lot when you emphasize those things.
very true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going with today. Just because I feel that's helped me a lot with a lot of things to grow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm going with today.
Very nice. Very well said. And I'll kind of end it off with, piggybacking off you, but in more of a spiritual note. And I'm going to start off with the quote from the Bible, Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Because if you're still, that means that you're not speaking, and you're going to get divine intervention. You're going to have the divine speaking to you. So, in the stillness, the divine speaks. In a world full of noise and distractions, learning to listen, truly listen, can be your greatest strength. We often rush to respond, to react, to be heard, but wisdom is born in silence. And like Mahatma Gandhi said, speak only if it improves upon the silence. And we also have another quote that is said, when you listen to your higher self, all things align. The whispers of the divine are not loud, they are subtle, soft, and sacred. So, yeah, guys, when you pause to listen before speaking, before acting, you give space for truth to rise. You give space for grace to enter, and in that space, clarity is born. So, let's choose stillness. Let's choose intention. And most importantly, let's choose to be guided by something higher than ego, guided by spirit. That's the way to do it. So, this has been another episode of your Average Day Joes. Thank you for listening. Much love and peace. We always like to say on here, health, wealth, and happiness. That's our motto and what we go by. So until tomorrow, we always start our show at 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. Give or take a couple minutes. Peace out to you guys. Thank you. Shout out to the 57 people watching. We love you guys. Thank you for your support. And we shall see you back here tomorrow. Peace out, guys.